Today we are going to be looking at basic German word order. Throughout your notes, you will be prompted to both answer questions and take notes on things that you are seeing. Please make sure to follow all directions before you submit your notes at the end of the lesson. There are two essential questions for this lesson. One, how do you form statements in German? And two, how do you form questions in German? These are going to be basic statements and basic questions that we will be looking at the word order for. First, looking at the formation of statements. When forming basic statements in German, you always use the same word order. And this word order is subject plus verb. As an example, ich gehe, I go. Ich being the subject, gehe being your verb. Er kommt, he comes. Er is my subject, kommt is my verb. Always keeping in mind from English class, the subject is who is doing the action and the verb is the action being done. If we would look at the formation of questions, you're going to see that your word order switches around. And in a basic question, it goes verb plus subject. For example, gehst du? Are you going? Gehst is my verb, du is my subject. Kommt er? Is he coming? Kommt is my verb, er is my subject. Now, please notice and remember from our lesson on verb conjugation that in English we often use that helping verb to be, as in, are you going? Is he coming? In German, there is no translation for that is or for that are. Gehst du is literally go you. Kommt der is literally comes he. We need that helping verb in English to make the sentence more understandable. In German, you would not translate are or is ever into the German sentence with another verb. Now that we have the pieces of how to put together basic statements and basic questions, we're going to look at changing statements to questions and questions to statements. I like to call this the flip-flop word order because we're going to flip-flop a couple words around. But you do need to know that this is officially called the inverted word order. Many textbooks and websites that you might be referring to would call this inverted. If I have the statement, du wohnst hier, you live here, I can take those same words, flip flop my subject and verb to go from a statement to the question, wohnst du hier? Do you live here? So, du wohnst hier, you live here. Wohnst du hier? Do you live here? Er kennt sie gut, he knows her well, can be changed to the question, kennt er sie gut? Does he know her well? And as a third example, wir kommen rüber, we are coming over. Kommen wir rüber? Are we coming over? You will notice that no words were added, no words were removed, and all the words have the same form. The verb is still conjugated for the same subject, but we have gone from a statement to a question. Using the notes that you just took on basic statements, basic questions, and the last part, changing statements to questions and questions to statements, I would like for you to pause this video and change the following 10 sentences from either statements to questions or questions to statements. When you submit your notes, I will be looking for these 10 completed sentences. If you are struggling with this concept, it might help to write out the original sentence, underline the subject, who is doing the action, and underline the verb, what action is being done, before you try to rewrite your sentences. Nummer eins. Er kommt heute rüber. He is coming over today. Could change to kommt er heute rüber? Is he coming over today? 2. Kennt ihr Frau Schock? changes to ihr kennt Frau Schock, and that goes from do you know Mrs. Schock to you know Mrs. Schock. Try. Gehst du in die Stadt? Are you going into the city? To du gehst in die Stadt. You are going into the city. 4. Sie wohnt gleich um die Ecke. She lives right around the corner. Wohnt sie gleich um die Ecke? Does she live right around the corner? 5. Machst du deine Hausaufgabe? Are you doing your homework? Du machst deine Hausaufgabe. You are doing your homework. 6. Du bist 18 Jahre alt. You are 18 years old. Bist du 18 Jahre alt? Are you 18 years old? 7. Meine Mutter ist sehr nett. My mother is very nice. 2. Ist meine Mutter sehr nett? Is my mother very nice? 8. Wohnen sie weit von hier? Do they live far from here? 2. Sie wohnen weit von hier. They live far from here. 9. Kennst du meinen Bruder? Do you know my brother? Du kennst meinen Bruder. You know my brother. 10. Sie kennt mich. She knows me. Becomes kennt sie mich. Does she know me? Finally, in your own words, I would like you to take the time to pause the video and answer these 4 questions in your notes. I will be looking for these answers when you submit your notes for this lesson. So, Nummer 1, what is the word order for a basic statement in German? 2, what is the word order for a basic question in German? 3, how do you change a statement to a question or a question to a statement? And 4, how will this lesson benefit you in upcoming German units? Now, I'd like to take a moment to talk about number 4. 1, 2, and 3, those are easy based on the notes that you took. In a face-to-face lesson, we would really talk about this last question. How will this lesson benefit you in upcoming German units? Oftentimes, as you get further into your German studies, you will be doing reading comprehension sections where you have to answer questions in complete sentences. This lesson can stress to you how easily you can take a question, flip a couple words around, and come up with a complete sentence answer. So, this basic lesson on changing statements to questions and questions to statements can be used when you are completing reading comprehension sections in German. If you have any questions at this point, email your instructor.